Excellent connection, John. I can hear myself.
it. Don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. They don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up, cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
Paralyzed by options in this world, can't pick and choose. Yeah, everybody's life is on display, including you. Yeah, I feel every day is just the same, stuck in a loop. I need some variety, I'm sick of this anxiety. I'm sick of this society, they make us feel a rivalry. Compare ourselves to others, but we all got different mothers. We were raised in different structures, so we're different, it's no wonder, yeah. I just want a great life, something where I feel like I just didn't waste time. Something I look back and say that was a great time. Cause man, I just hate when the years left by the wayside. I'm so lost inside, and I need a little time to find who I am in this life. I will find a way to feel alive. I'm so lost inside. You better watch out now, I figured something out, what this whole life's about, yeah. It's not the goal, it's the journey, wasted emotion is worry, I'll stop being in a hurry, and I'll just enjoy what I'm doing, keep pushing forward and moving, appreciate the improvement, yeah. I was so stuck on a goal, was losing sight of my soul, need to enjoy getting old, and be so present, I don't know if there's a heaven, but I know I wanna get in, and sometimes I feel a presence, energy in a direction, so I follow intuition, it took me to a musician, now I'm on a different mission, to help others with afflictions. Now I'm not lost inside, I finally have seemed to find who I am in this life, and I found a way to feel alive. I'm not lost inside, I finally have seemed to find who I am in this life, and I found a way to feel alive. Feel alive. Don't know what's ahead of me. I work so hard for everything. Don't wanna lose my time or my mind on the grind, but I want a better life for me. I do the things I hate to do, just to try to find my way to you. I see you in my mind all the time, visualize, and I hope that I can make it through. I gotta follow you.
Oh, well, good evening, everybody, and good evening, John.
Good evening, Ben. It's great to see you back. At least I didn't have to talk to... Well, actually, it didn't feel like talking to myself last night, I must admit. I enjoyed
You had
it.
a bit of fun, actually.
I did enjoy it. I thought it was good. It was different, you know, because you knew it was private, you could open up a little bit, you know, and you could give people an insight into the man behind the myth. The human behind the legend. Yeah, okay.
Well, Andrew certainly noticed, and so has
DW.
DW.
Sorry?
DW and Andrew have already noticed that I have removed La Zapata.
Oh, so you have, yeah. You had it on last night, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
You
have removed it. You actually, you probably look, I don't know, you don't look any worse for it. Slightly younger, perhaps.
Yeah, definitely. I know I look almost. A few years ago, you would have called me baby-faced, but now I'm not so sure.
See that picture?
Yeah.
See that picture of me when I was blonde?
What, you mean the Eminem picture?
Yeah, I was 40 years old.
Oh, well, not bad. Not bad. If Eminem had looked that good at 40, you know. I mean, the guy's a twat, but
I'm sure
yeah.
Eminem's done a lot more drugs than I have.
I imagine so. I imagine, well, maybe not. Who knows? He might be one of those edgy, clean living boys.
Yeah.
Who knows? Shalini says, same age as me.
There you go. There you go.
And Harold says, you still have time for drugs.
Let's not get down that route, okay? Because this is an open air show. We want to keep it. We want to keep it open and on air. So yeah, let's not get down that.
Yeah, yeah. And then I went out last night to celebrate my birthday, which is tomorrow at the time of doing this live. But you know, babysitters come when babysitters come at the end of the day. So we took what we could get, and a bunch of you actually came along and joined me last night, and witnessed such things as me losing at pool, singing on the karaoke, fixing the sound because the guy running it was a bit useless, and more, and having a good time, and a lot of you got to speak to my wife as well, so that was pretty nice. It was once again a little bit more of an insight. I was live on. Whoa!
Oh, here
we
go.
That.
That'll be a spider. You'll have a spider invasion.
Oh, Jesus. He got away. Little fucker got away.
Say, kid, keep the language clean, mate. Keep the language clean.
Woo!
Yeah, Ben is like the Queen having two birthdays. Some have said that. Some have said.
I just went out to celebrate my birthday because I'm not celebrating it tomorrow.
Oh, I bet you do. I bet you do something. Well, you have cake. No, you don't like cake, do you?
I'm having a regular Sunday, so my nan's coming round and I'm cooking a roast.
Okay. You don't like cake, do you?
It depends. It really does depend on whether or not that cake is provided by my aunt, who is a cake maker. If she provides the cake, I'll eat it. Right?
Uh-huh.
But if it comes from a supermarket, I don't care. I don't care for it. I don't want it.
Cool.
It's as simple as that.
Cool.
Jesus Christ.
No.
Now, I'm on high alert now.
We've actually done this completely wrong, because you know what we didn't do?
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars. Crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out the reservoir. Yeah, I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? Sometimes you need to let loose, grab juice, get goose, tattoos, taboos, get screwed. Loosen up, buttercup, all those hate comments will never make you feel enough. We're all adequate graduates, hearts full of calluses, but we know calculus. Damn, ain't that fabulous? Can't wait to apply all those problematic is, but we can't get a job that pays us enough. I'm about to pop off. Fuck you, you're lost. We all know that we never really want a boss. So I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. Yeah, I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo.
I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots, all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me?
I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots, all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ben. Happy birthday to you.
For tomorrow.
Yeah, there you go.
That is the one and only time you will ever hear John try and sing.
I wasn't trying to sing. I was being deliberately
I
bad.
was about to compliment you and say you did a fantastic job, but hey, you want to go with that?
Thanks, Ben.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Amy Bag of Donuts is back, and she kindly sent me the goat picture of Beavis and Butthead, which I used in the thumbnail.
I know. And then have you seen the conversation that's been raging on X today?
Of it. Yeah, I saw some of it. But
between some of our viewers here about you as a goat essentially enjoying a rectal thermometer a bit too much.
You know what goats are like? They'll do anything once or twice.
That's more like a sheep, isn't it? More like a goat.
I don't know.
But then, to be fair, I was saying to Amy earlier on actually. It looks really nice and peaceful where she is. And
I read that. Yeah. I read that.
And apparently there's a bear. Right?
Yeah.
Apparently there's a bear. So I have kindly named Amy's local bear Xi Jinping.
It's a big old brown bear. Is it a brown bear or is it a black bear that is brown? And don't call me like, are you stupid? But you do get black bears that are brown, don't you?
Apparently we've got a couple new users in Discord that we don't use.
A couple of new what?
Users in the Discord.
Users in the Discord.
Look, DW says, been a couple of new users in the Discord, guys. I kind of forgot that Discord exists. I'm not going to lie.
We should probably use it because Twitter as a chat mechanism is absolute. In fact, Twitter as anything is unbelievably crap. Did you know on Twitter you can't upload an MP4 if it's encoded in H.265?
I did not. You are educating me as we speak.
I mean, what kind of shit is this?
Well,
I mean, H.265 isn't even that new of a codec, is it?
Honestly, I don't know. And do you know what's really nice though? Just going back to the chat as we speak, seeing more than one person now with a little star next to their name. So thank you, Amy, and thank you, Shalini, for being our Veradoran asylum seekers.
It's our star team.
It is our star team. So the Veradoran asylum seekers are those who have clicked the join button here on YouTube and become a member. And do you know what? We really do appreciate it. We really do.
Of course we do. Of course we do. You'll get a special certificate. Look out for it. Speaking of looking out for stuff. Oh, I think my brain's wasted.
Come on, you got this. You got this.
Oh,
you got it. You got it. Come on.
I'm losing it. No, Amy.
Somebody sent a direct energy weapon directly towards your forehead, John.
I think Amy's in the land of fried chicken, isn't she?
Yeah, she's
over
there in the States.
The state of fried chicken. I do like my fried chicken. I prefer Popeyes to KFC though.
Still not tried Popeyes.
Oh, you need to try Popeyes. It's better.
There's one in Brighton, so when we go over
Oh,
Brighton
no,
on
no,
Saturday,
no. Hold on. That's like saying there's a McDonald's in the UK. That's like saying
There's
there's,
not.
that's like saying there's what's it called, a Wendy's or whatever, you know? They don't taste the same. They really don't.
I'm not suggesting they do, but I think it's probably the closest I'm going to get, right?
Yeah, but what kind of bear is it? Is it a brown bear or a black bear? Black bears are the ones that are
I believe she's
smaller and terrifying.
If I scroll back up the chat,
Oh, it's a
she
brown.
says, we
Oh
have
no,
brown bears, but this one is black.
black bear. Black bears are good. They're not as
Are they?
they're not as threatening to humans, I believe.
I was told of a fight between the bear and a massive German shepherd.
Yeah, well, bears are basically big dogs. They're the same kind of family. Did you know that? Did you know that? Bears and dogs kind of related.
Kinda, just
Well,
kinda
yeah,
related.
no. Well, a bear's is related to a dog as a puma is to your cat.
Mm.
You know, it's the same family. So
The bear just wants their trash, she says.
bears, dogs, and seals all come from the dog group. Right, seals obviously
what?
got really fucking lazy, wanted to be fat, and thought, well, the best way of doing this is just to float about in the bath all the time. So they just stayed in the water.
If there is a God, and as you know, I'm an agnostic, so whether or not there is a God is to me down to evidential basis. But if there is a God, he or she must have been having one hell of a laugh when they made the pug.
Nobody made a pug, mate. God didn't make the pug. We did through selective breeding.
Ah, yeah, good point. Good point.
And another
Good point.
another abomination that man has caused.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm on.
Anyway,
I'm
shall we
on
get
this
onto the
tonight.
news? Well, you're on John Smith's Extra Smooth.
Yeah, it is nice. I do like it, but the big problem is it goes down really easy.
And that means you'll end up drinking lots of it.
Oh, yeah, I probably will drink more of it, but it's
Well,
nice.
you know what? I would also, I'm just going to go out on a limb here, but I would expect something that calls itself Extra Smooth to go down easy.
It's obviously a nitro beer because if you look at the bubbles, they go down and then they fall down and then start coming up. I always find that quite fascinating.
More of an ale, isn't it?
Sorry?
It's an ale, isn't it, John Smith's?
Yeah. Well, a bitter. It's a bitter, isn't it?
Well, Harold says it is nitro, yes.
Yeah, see, I know my beers.
Aye. And DW says, I know what you're talking about, John.
Yeah. So anyone that's in, right, we'll get 21 viewers today, which is great because we only had, 22 in your screen, but we only had 6 or 7 last night at any one time. But anyone who's missed that private show last night can go back and review it because the link, if you're a Ko-fi subscriber, you should be able to get into Ko-fi, although Vaughn can't, but I'll have a look at that at some point.
Right.
And the other people should have been sent it through Patreon or through DM. If anyone can't get in, just DM me on Twitter and I'll send you the link.
Yeah, and I sent it to Shalini via WhatsApp.
Yeah, well, I sent it to Shalini as well, so did I?
Yeah, and DW says people need to hit the like button. And do you know what, DW?
See, we didn't have any of that nonsense last night, did we, chaps?
Well, I'm not the one who said it. I didn't say it.
Yeah, but you're threatening people now.
No, I'm not threatening anyone. What are you talking about, John?
Put that away. Put that away before you do yourself a damage.
I was actually waiting for the spider to come back out. That's why I got that out.
So Ed's going to reveal himself soon.
He is.
I need to talk to him because I need to find out when we're going to do the show. I don't know if we could. I don't know. We'll see what the weather's like and everything because doing it from your shed would actually. Sorry, your summer house.
I have said that we should do a special live show on Saturday for once again for subscribers only.
Yeah.
Or for citizens only, with Ed alongside us.
Oh, as the reveal, or
yeah, but only for citizens.
But no, see, I like the idea, But I think if when Ed's going to reveal, he's got to do a rabbit hole as well. I think because people like that.
Oh yeah.
And that and that might bring in some of Ed's supporters to the fold, like Amy. Amy has joined us now as well. You know.
Yeah.
He might be a werewolf.
And
we'll find out.
Well, yeah. I wonder if he's ginger. Do you think he's ginger?
Oh God, I hope not. Oh. He will get mocked if he is. You know that.
Do you know what? We haven't even seen his face. So when we go and meet him on Saturday, we're not even going to know who we're looking for.
Well, it's like Vaughn and Shalini. I don't know what they look like, do I?
You don't know what they look like?
Well, I kind of know what Vaughn looks like, but I don't think I've seen Shalini, have I?
She used to be in all my intro videos.
Do you think I've watched your videos? That's so cute. Sorry. That hurts when you're a conversational narcissist, doesn't it? There he goes. See, I've got it set up now though, because I can just do this. Oh no, I can't. How can I not do that? That was working last night. That was how I spoke to people last night. I don't understand that. OBS really is a bag of shite. It just doesn't work very well at all. Right, come back, Doughball. Your public await you. What?
Are you going to say sorry?
No, I'm not going to say sorry because your public await you. What am I sorry for? Mocking you? That's my job.
Being an arsehole.
For God's sake, that's my job.
That's true. Vaughan says they did ring central to us. Remember when we used to do the after party?
That's true.
That is true. Yeah, I can't remember what she looks like. Oh, does she look like a Romulan?
Oh, for God's sake!
It's just how my weird brain works, you know. You know, I don't mean it. You know, I don't mean it, darling. No, Shireen was very nice last night, and I think we had a good time last night. Everybody had a pleasant time last night, and we were all very supportive of each other. And it was
came
good.
and saw me. Well, I don't think Shalini came. Did you come and see me last night?
Shalini was sleeping. Shalini left to go to bed, and so did Trudy.
I know that John came. I know that Tony came. Tony was with us for quite a bit of the night, actually.
I don't think Tony was on the other stream, though.
DW came along and joined me in the pub as I tried to fix people's problems and lose at pool. So, yeah. Right, let's get into the news, because we're 20 minutes into the show and we haven't discussed anything.
Well, we've discussed plenty, but, you know, okay. I mean, people want to know what's going on in the world, do they?
I don't know. I mean, maybe they want to hear us mock what's going on in the world.
What about the fire? I mentioned that last night, but I can mention it again because it wasn't a public show. So that big fire in London, have we heard any more about it? Apparently put it out quite quickly, which might indicate that it was a tar fire on the roof.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with that theory. Someone was up there trying to fix it. It was Friday, so they were rushing. And then they sodded off thinking they'd fixed it, but had left like a bit that was too hot or something, and it caught fire and the whole roof went up. That's my theory.
Getting shit in the chat here for not sending Trudy a link. You didn't tell me to send Trudy a link.
To what?
Last night's show.
I thought I sent her a link.
Well, I can only apologise.
What can I say?
wasn't aware.
Well, the link's there, Trudy. Sorry.
Oh, I feel bad now. I do. I feel bad. If I had known, I would have sent you a link.
Oh, good grief. We'll need to stream what? I'm going to have to start a spreadsheet, am I not?
I think a spreadsheet is probably.
Yeah, I'm going to have to
I deal with everybody on Patreon, and if you're a member here on YouTube, I can send you, as long as I've got your other social medias, I can send you a...
You make it sound like it's
There's two people, all right?
an onerous task. I deal
two
with
people.
everyone on Patreon. It takes me
two
all
people.
day to email those two people.
And there's this wonderful facility where you just write one message and click send to all.
Yeah, Kofi does that as well, I think.
Yeah.
So,
will I be on it, Kofi Citizen here? Robin, did you send Robin the link?
Well, I sent messages out on Kofi. I posted on Twitter. I posted on YouTube, and I said anyone, and I put the Kofi link on YouTube publicly, because if you weren't a citizen, it would ask you to log in before you could actually get to the link, or join and log in. So I thought I'd done as much as I could. The only thing I didn't do was email people, and I did
I sent direct messages to everybody to the two people on Patreon.
Who did? You did?
Yeah. So
yeah, well, I did a thing on Kofi as well. I sent it only to subscribers, right? So it should only have gone out to the people that subscribe, and I didn't put it just to people that subscribed in the last 30 days. I put it to all subscribers.
Okay.
So anyone that's ever given us money should have been able to get in. If you couldn't get in, I apologise. If you want to review the show, you can do so at your leisure, because I will send you personally the link. Just DM me in YouTube or Twitter, or give me something that I can send to you privately. If you want me to send it to the email that you're registered on in Kofi, I can do that. You don't need to tell me the email. I have the email that you're registered to on Kofi.
Okay. Anyway, back to the Fire of London.
We do.
The not so great Fire of London.
Adam's right, though. We do need an admin dwarf.
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
We also need a tech dwarf that never turns up.
Yeah. One that lives in Somerset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought Trudy was in the chat with me last night. So how did she get in? Yeah, because Shalini and Trudy both left about the same time to go to bed. Separately, I believe. But yeah, Trudy was on the show last night.
If that's true,
it is true. She was there. Well,
then I've just been made to feel bad for nothing. Then, if that's the case.
But what do you mean nothing happened? You were on the show. She must have got there. I think I sent her the link personally in Twitter DM. I mean, I can check. This is mental. The only one I couldn't find was Teresa for some reason.
Oh, that wasn't a private link, Trudy. That was just live on the other channel. So if you were subscribed on the other channel, you could have just gone over there. I didn't send it to anyone. I just went live.
Oh, she's talking about your thing. Oh, no, that was wide open. That was wide open.
That was wide open.
As you know,
gone along and watch that.
If anything, Ben is a bit of an easy lay, shall we say?
Yeah, just if you were subscribed to the other channel and got the notifications on, you should have got the notification.
Yeah, the Great Fire of London. So what about it?
Trudy wants to phone in and chat about it.
Phone in and chat about what? The Great Fire of London? Not on this show.
I was going to say, I wouldn't even know how to let anybody phone into this right now, because you control it all.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we'll do a phone-in show, but if we're doing a phone-in show, we'll probably restrict it to subscribers, yeah. We've done phone-in shows before, but we're not set up for it tonight. I need notice to do these things.
Oh, she says I'm only joking. Jesus Christ!
Oh, just make your mind up. Make your mind up.
If you've not got notifications over on the second channel, Harold, make sure you've got the bell on. So go over there, turn the notification bell on. Sometimes you are forced to click the bell twice.
Oh, are you?
Sometimes. Oh yeah. Sometimes you have to click it twice.
Okay.
But yeah. Yeah, that was just live on the other channel. You can't watch it back because there's something up with your ability to do things with mobile streaming if you're under 1,000 subscribers, and we're under 1,000 on the other channel. So you can stream, but you've got very limited streaming. It's weird.
Yeah.
But people came along and joined us and had a bit of a laugh and spoke to my wife. It was fun.
Okay. So yeah, the Great Fire of London. Apparently, a lot of people in London on our chat didn't know about it. They couldn't see it, but it was down near the Shard, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was quite visible. It was big, thick clouds of black smoke, and
It went out quick. It was out quick.
You could see that it was the roof that was burning rather than the building. So I think my theory might hold up. Anyway, speaking of fires, 79 people were arrested in Greece.
For arson?
Mm-hmm. For setting wildfires.
And how many of them belong to activist organisations, shall we say?
Well, I would probably put it around about 100%.
I would say a large portion, if not all, would have belonged to these activist organisations, because that's what appears to be the pattern. So we see these... the pattern goes like this. We see the alarmists out there squealing about global boiling. Global boiling! Oh my God, global boiling!
It was very hot today, though.
Then there's no global boiling, and then there's no burning everywhere like they predicted there would be. So then they go out and they actively start the burning.
Yeah.
And then they go, oh my God, this fire that we just started must have been done by climate change.
Yeah, that's a sound argument, yeah.
Yeah, that's generally how these things go now.
Yeah, well, that's your opinion.
Well, it's certainly a pattern, John. I'm seeing a pattern.
There does appear to be a bit of a pattern around that, mate. I mean,
yeah, it does.
Canada had the same problem. California had the same problem. I don't know about Maui, right? But I can tell you one thing: it wasn't. It wasn't DEW.
It appears to have been. Well, the theory that they're running with is it was a down power line.
It was a power line. It was a power line infrastructure. The power company admitted it was a power line infrastructure because the storm knocked the power line cables over. There was 80 mile an hour winds, and when you get 80 mile an hour winds, you're gonna have some damage. I mean, we get 80 mile an hour winds, and we get some damage, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so, but the thing is, what it rarely ever is actually the effects of carbon dioxide. That's all I will say. And I'm going to say something that's going to blow your mind, right? And this is historically accurate as well, scientifically accurate, shall we say? All ice ages that have occurred on this planet occurred at times when carbon was much higher in the atmosphere than it is now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's a good reason for that.
Explain that.
Oh, I can actually explain that if you want.
Go on.
Okay, so what happens is, as the planet begins to warm up, right, which it is doing a little bit, right?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. As the planet begins to warm up, it melts some of the Greenland ice sheet, which means you get an outpouring of fresh water into the North Atlantic.
And a release of...
No. You get an outpouring of fresh water into the North Atlantic, which then dilutes the Gulf Stream current, otherwise known as the the Mid-Atlantic Gyre or whatever it's called, right? And it stops flow. It's a big conveyor, right? Okay.
Yep.
It's basically a big current that conveys warm water up, brings it down up the side of Scotland and across towards Scandinavia, and then and pushes into the bottom half, into Europe as well. So it keeps us much warmer than we should have. So the Beaufort Gyre, that's it. So then what happens is the dilution stops the the cold water sinking.
Yep.
And the gyre stops working.
Yep.
And we get very cold. Very cold.
How have you explained with that how there was more carbon in the atmosphere?
Because carbon is related to temperature.
We know that, and that's the point, right? That's the point. If ice ages are occurring when there's more carbon in the atmosphere than there is now, then how can we say that carbon is boiling the planet?
Well, we shouldn't be saying that. We shouldn't be
But
saying
we
that.
are saying that. Well, our so-called mainstream scientists are saying that, and
Yeah.
I'm not saying
Well, right,
I'm not going to give a definitive answer. I'm just questioning things.
So the problem with climate science, as I see it, right, is that it's a logical fallacy. It's a call to consensus. That's not science. It's the same as it's not science to say 99% of scientists think that's what's happening. That doesn't matter, because if that 1%'s right, they're right.
They're right.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter how many people think something is the case. It's only when you actually can prove it that it then becomes proven science. So at the moment, it's all just theories, right? And consensus doesn't give me any more faith in your theory if you've got 100 people standing behind you than, Albert Einstein over there with nobody standing behind him, right?
Yeah.
Because you've got to take each on its actual observable, the observable indications of what's actually happening to the planet. So if you can observe that everything that's happening coincides with the theory with the one guy with no supporters and refutes the people with, 99% of the scientists, you got to go with the one guy. And that's the problem. People think that because more people think that's the case, then they'll jump on that bandwagon because they are bah.
Right. So speaking of that, and speaking of people jumping on bandwagons, this is not in the list, I imagine, or it might be, I don't know. But when we were last speaking, we spoke about the idea of a self-fulfilling prophecy and how a self-fulfilling prophecy appears to be playing out, okay? So I put out a tweet because I'm seeing it ramping up and up and up and up and up. I'm seeing Russell Brand put out videos saying, "Oh, it's all starting again. It's all happening again."
Oh, the restrictions one. Yeah, okay.
So I put out a tweet, and I'm just going to give my sentiment, and this is my sentiment. It says, "I don't care what you want to do with your body. Mask up, don't mask up. Have a treat, don't have a treat. Stay in, don't stay in. Just make your own damn choices and stop arguing about it. You're responsible for your health. Nobody else is." I'm sick of hearing about it. And do you know what? I am so sick of this because I'm calling out the people like the Russell Brands, like the London Reels, like even the Awaken with JPs and all of that, because they are creating the self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
It's not the people calling for the so-called restrictions, screaming blue murder about this. The only people drawing attention to any idea of new restrictions are the people that would be against them.
Yeah, but are they really? Are they really against them? Because think about it, people like Russell Brand, Awaken with JP, London Reel, did they not really benefit immensely?
Of course they do.
From
right?
when people are encapsulated in their homes and unable to go out and live life normally. Do they not benefit immensely from people listening to their drivel 24/7,
Well, of course they do. And do you know?
Why did we not?
I was going to say.
I know why. I know why we didn't. Because we're too
milquetoast.
But unlike, what's his name?
Brand?
No, the guy in prison, Alec Belfield.
Alex Belfield, that's the one.
Unlike Alex Belfield, we are indeed the voice of reason.
Well, we try to be, and my radars are just going off, and signals are going off in my head, and I'm seeing all of these people, and it's coming from one side, and it's not coming from the. This is on social media. It does not appear to be coming from the side of people who would, call for such restrictions. All talk of it is coming from people who would be against it. And you know what? I would be against it. I would be against mandates. I would be against forced removal of your liberty.
Yeah.
I would be completely against that, and I'll be the first to stand up against that. But I'm not going to sit here and go, it's coming back. I'm not seeing anything right now to make me want to do that.
No, I mean, we've discussed them. We've discussed what's happening in America. Because remember that Atlanta College initiated a mask mandate
and
social distancing.
Alex Jones has had a TSA quote unquote whistleblower saying that mandates are coming back for airports and airlines and stuff like that. But that's one person.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's
one person.
I mean, see, that's the thing, because you don't know if it's true or not, right?
Exactly.
But it's like you say, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, and these guys, the guys that don't want it, allegedly, are the people. Woo!
From Robin, I will work out W. Kofi
you know
works
what?
5.
It is.
You've done it,
the
mate.
grift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, it is. Well done.
Oh, thank you, Robin.
Thank you.
Thank you, Robin, for the £5 there on Kofi. We really do appreciate it. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you. I shall take £2.50 of that tomorrow and put it towards my birthday. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. What? Could do with a polar bear to snuggle Shalini, especially with the price of gas. Oh, Andrew wants to snuggle a polar bears. Must be one of the most capable killing machines on the planet. You don't want to get near those things. They are lethal. They will eat you sooner than look at you.
I wasn't getting the chat live there for a couple of minutes. It's all just popped up at once. So now I'm seeing it. Very weird.
Good for you.
Good for me. Good for me indeed. But yes, please, people, okay? All I'm asking is that you stop the same tired arguments over and over again about things that haven't happened yet. Right? They haven't happened.
Yeah.
And I'm not seeing any indication from our government at this point, anyway.
Right, okay. I know you say that.
But I know what you're about to say.
You didn't. I mean, they changed their mind in a matter of hours the last time. Hours.
Yeah, I know that. Right? And believe me when I tell you, I'm acutely aware that I could wake up tomorrow morning and they could announce some kind of restriction. And once again, I will be there to absolutely fight the system, or as they say, rage against the machine, or whatever. But
no, you'll just not comply.
Well, of course I won't. But that's a given. However, if you want to do these things for yourself without being forced to, I have no issue with that. You want to walk around the supermarket looking like a ninja? I have no issue with that, as long as you are choosing to do it and it is for your choice. Thank you for the 2000 ARS. Harold, have a rib eye for me. Thank you.
It's that Argentinian rubles or something.
Yeah, I'm about to see about £1.
It's probably 50p or something. Yeah.
Argentine pesos, in fact.
Oh, sorry, Argentine pesos. Yeah, of course it's pesos. I speak Spanish.
£4.53. Thank you so much.
That's not bad. Well done, thank you. Argentinian peso must be coming up in value. Is that not the one that you? I hope they do it instantly, because the inflation rate in Argentina is somewhere around 90% at the moment.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Hey ho, indeed. It should be instantly. Oh, and I didn't even have to look that up, because it now just tells me how much chat revenue there is. Didn't even have to look that up, and it tells me it in British pounds. So yeah, thanks, man. Really appreciate it. Really do.
So,
and speaking of speaking of dodgy ticket prices, or dodgy things that I had to translate or convert the currency for earlier on. I made a tweet the other day about people like Dr. John Campbell and the clique, as I like to call them. You know, the names in the anti-restriction movement. And they've got themselves a nice new gig on the 2nd of September. And there's a bunch of them. You know the names. The Peter McCullers, the Matt Hoyes, the Jombos, they're all going on a nice jolly to Copenhagen in Denmark.
Yes, they are.
And they're doing what's called the Facts Matter Conference. It's a one-day event, okay? And your ticket to that one-day event is £151, John.
Yeah, no thanks. 151 quid to hear these clowns. No thanks.
£151 for this one-day event. You will get some apples and some tea included in that, and a bit of lunch.
What are they gonna say? I mean, what can they possibly say? That's the thing. They're just going to sit and talk nonsense.
Yeah, it's just a one-day event where people like John Bowes and the Matt Hoyes and even Dr. John Campbell and Peter McCullough and a bunch. I
don't like that. I do not like that Dr. John Campbell guy, right?
Well, he's not a doctor to begin with, is he?
Well, he's a PhD.
Not in the colloquial sense.
Well, he is a doctor. He's a proper doctor in that he has a PhD. He's not a medical doctor, right? I think I believe he's a lecturer at college and nurse practitioner, right?
Yeah.
So I don't like the way that he started off, because he was very much for everything that was imposed. Right? Now, if you're smart and you've done the research, there was no way you should have been in that position, because look at Mark Changizi, right?
Yeah.
He's a proper scientist in my view, in that he does the research and he sticks to his guns, right?
Yeah.
So Dr. John Campbell is following public opinion rather than following the data. I mean, he pretends to follow the data. He does his stupid, he writes it out on a bit of paper and shows you it and goes, blah, 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 blah. It's all just mumble. It's just like it's like visiting a witch doctor, isn't it? If this is this and this is this, then this would be the case, And you're like, yeah, okay, you're just talking SHIT, because anyone can go anywhere and look at the data. And if you look at the data like we did, Ben, right?
Yes.
Like we did, you don't get taken in.
No.
And you never start down that route, which he did.
No.
Exactly. And it doesn't matter that he now isn't on that route, because he did evil at the start with good intentions. That still makes it evil.
Exactly. You're exactly right. And like you said, every Thursday, I believe it was, I would release NHS data that was released weekly that gave a proper picture, and it was data, not models. And you would do the Euromomo data.
I did that every Tuesday. Every Tuesday, the Euromomo updated their data, and I just used to say, "That's not what the data says." The data actually still doesn't say that there's any real excess death anywhere. In fact, in England, Scotland, and Wales, now. England, Scotland, and Wales, it's lower than normal.
But anyway, this is, and first of all, let me say, I'm not going to disrespect the grift, okay? If people want to turn up and listen to these people talk, and they want to pay £151 to do so, or 15 lucky people, because this is sold out, this next bit, can pay £148 to go to dinner with them.
On top of the 150 quid?
On top, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they're all the speakers and contributors are going for a nice buffet dinner, and you can be part of it too for a cool £148, which is probably between the 15 of you going to pay for everybody else's dinner.
There's Chaz.
He's there.
Actually, I had a thought about Chaz today, and I wanted to chat to Adam, but you can never chat to Adam because you never know what personality you're talking to in the first place. Right? It's like he really needs to start naming them so as we know who we're talking. I mean, we've got Klaus and we've got Adam, but we need more. Yeah. But I was thinking, I think we should make Chaz into like our hecklefish. If we could animate him.
That could work.
I'm sure we must be on here.
No, are we still live on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yes, it was buffering for a minute. It's back now.
It said excellent connection. It still says
it's back
excellent.
now. Ah, it's weird. Anyway, we stalled. It wasn't just us. It wasn't just me.
It did still.
Yeah, I thought so.
It still says excellent connection, and we have no dropped frames.
Ah, interesting. It did it for everybody.
I'm going to have to reinstall OBS because actually, when I click on OBS to start the stream, it tells me that there's an issue. So
Okay.
I think I'm going to reinstall OBS because is it still buffering again?
No, it's fine now. Looks fine. I can. Now it is buffering now, and it's back. Let's just push on. Let's just push on through.
Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, so you can go to the Facts Matter conference in Copenhagen, Denmark on September the 2nd for the however much it costs to travel to Copenhagen, get a hotel, and then go watch, John Bo talk and Matt Hoy talk. And I still don't quite know why people like John Bo and Matt Hoy are talking at medical conferences. Doesn't make any sense.
Well, it makes no sense whatsoever because if anything, John Bo is just a figurehead for a documentary.
Yeah.
That was based on shaky ground anyway. Because, and let's be honest, right? People have tweeted this out, and I think, right? Don't shoot me down here because I think there may be some connection, but you can't prove it until you have all the information, right?
Yeah.
And one of the things is that the ONS released the data of deaths or mortality by vaccination status, right? 95% of the people that died were vaccinated and 5% were not vaccinated, right? And people are going, that's damning evidence. Well, hold on a minute. It's not until you know what percentage of the adult population was vaccinated and then correlate that against the percentage of people that died. You've got to know both those things before you can work out if there's any connection or not. And it might be that one is worse than the other, or the other one's worse than that, or they're both exactly the same. I don't know because I don't have the information about how many of the adult population, what percentage of the adult population is actually properly vaccinated. That's a problem.
Yeah, I to be fair, I don't even know what quote unquote fully vaccinated means anymore. I don't.
No, but at
what
least
is that metric?
If it was 2 or 3, you would at least have something to go on, right? But you need to know the percentages, and until you know the percentages, that percentage of mortality that the ONS has released means nothing. You can't draw any. You really cannot draw any conclusions from it until you know how many people were treated or not. That's the problem.
Yeah, no, he's absolutely right, of course, but we simply can't discern either way. I mean, there are certain things, people like Alex Mitchell who definitely the correlation and causation are there.
Right. Yes, right. Okay. And people might not like this either because I'm being the voice of reason here, because the problem is any kind of medical treatment involves some degree of risk.
Of course.
Right? So any form of treatment, there will be a degree of risk, and sometimes people are affected. Sometimes it's more than others. Like, for instance, when the drug thalidomide was released, it took them something like 3 years before they acknowledged the link between thalidomide and birth defects.
Yeah.
Right? But the birth defects were directly related to that drug.
Of course they were.
For instance, when they had the vaccination for the H1N1?
H1N1, yeah.
They had people that were suffering from narcolepsy, and they directly related that to that vaccination, and they pulled the vaccination, right? Yep. So that's fine, right? So pointing out 1 or 2 people that have been affected by this vaccination doesn't prove anything until you know the numbers. And the problem is you can't get the numbers. That's the problem.
I mean, somebody somewhere has the numbers.
Yeah, but you can't get them. I mean, where are they? Because, you guys knock yourself out if you can, but I can't find the numbers online.
No, do you know what pisses me off? And I've been thinking about this quite a bit. These public agencies that do all this, that collect this data, in fact, the people that even run our defense and stuff like that, unless it's extremely, extremely important to the safety of the country, as in another country getting that information and being able to harm us, what right do they have as people that we employ and we pay for and we pay to keep anything from us?
Well, they don't, but the problem is we've allowed them to do it, and we've allowed them to do it since forever, forever when we decided to have a kind of a form of democratic society. We've still allowed people to hide things from us, right?
Yeah, and they do, and they just say, this is not in the public interest, it's classified. Well, who makes that decision? Who gets the right to make that decision?
Exactly.
And why have we given them the right to make that decision? When we turn around and we tell you that it's the system that's the problem, not the parties, we bloody well mean it, because this system has allowed this to happen, has allowed these so-called autocrats, or whatever you want to call them, dictators even, I would say, to keep you in the dark about things that could be extremely important to yourself, your family, and for what? What are we doing? Why are we allowing this at this point when we're supposed to be in sort of an age of enlightenment even?
But, right, okay.
We are...
But, right, so the problem, Ben, is that we are the exception, right? And the people that listen to us are the exception, right? So we are but a small amount of people that actually question what's going on. Most people don't. Most people don't want to question what's going on. No. And if they did question what's going on, they don't really want to know. They just want to be placated and get on with their own miserable existence without asking questions, without having to worry about anything. And unfortunately, me, you, and our audience are the people that question everything and get upset because we don't get the answers. And we have to keep digging.
But how are we supposed to report, right? Because we have fun, we have a laugh, but ultimately we want to give you as much information that appears to be as factually accurate as possible.
Yeah.
On the basis of it. How are we meant to report properly if we're not given the information? Because I'm not gonna turn around. I'm not gonna be bombastic, and I'm not gonna say, "Oh, this is causing this is causing that," because I don't know, because I don't have the information to come to that fucking conclusion.
Well, see, that's the problem, and this is why people don't. This is why we're not incredibly popular, right? In my view, right?
Right.
And that we're too freaking reasonable. Because we want to see the evidence before we go down a route. And the problem is if you don't have the evidence, we can't go down that route, because that's what we are basing. We have this thing called integrity, and we won't report something if we can't believe it. Right?
Well, exactly. And you know what? I'm just going to address Luke in the chat. I won't say that out loud, but the reason I was doing that was because we weren't being given the proper information, so I went and got it my bloody self.
Yeah. And the problem then was when you tried to expose that kind of information, you got shut down.
Yeah.
And that, because how many accounts were banned left, right, and centre, not just yours, but loads of people, right? So everybody that tried to expose that kind of thing was shut down. And then at that point, you've got to wonder why. And in whose interests was the government working in? Because it wasn't in the interests of truth or transparency or openness.
Absolutely.
Right? So whose interest was it in?
Well, it was in the interests of whoever was pocketing the most, I would say. Because let's face it, this all comes down to the pounds and pennies, the dollars and cents. It's what this all comes to. All of our mates, if we're Rishi
Follow
Sunak
the money.
and the like. All of our mates are making billions of pounds out of us all of a sudden.
Well, look at Matt Hancock's neighbour or whatever.
He's pub landlord. He's pub landlord.
I
run a pub. I'm
Maybe you
just going
should
to start a PPE company.
Yeah, maybe you should start a PPE company, Jack. You know, you just you know what I mean. It might be beneficial. Yeah, I'll do that. Millions of pounds later. That was a good call, Jack. Who told you to do that?
I mean, Jesus Christ. How have we allowed this to happen? And it is us as a society that have allowed this to happen.
Well, we're back, Ben, to the problem that we are the exception, right? You, me, and our audience are exceptional. And I mean that sincerely. You are exceptional because you see through the shite. And the problem is most people don't. Most people don't want to see through it because it's an uncomfortable truth. And the thing is, when you're faced with something like that, you got to question yourself. You know, you're like, well, you know, everything I believed in is untrue. The government aren't looking out for me. They haven't got my best interests at heart, and they're going to try and shaft me at every possible turn. And when you realise that, you realise you're very much on your own. Very much on your own.
You are.
You know?
It's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate.
It really is unfortunate because, like I said, I have tried and I have strived and we have strived to, when it comes down to the, you know, the bare knuckle reporting that we've done a lot of over the years, we can't report properly unless we know what the facts are. And if we've got people who we are employing, so they are our employees, being insubordinate and not giving us the facts, how are we meant to do that? And how can people like the BBC and Sky News and ITV and Channel 4 say that they are reporting accurately when they don't have that information either?
Because they are. And this isn't a conspiracy. They are actually a propaganda wing of government.
But they must be.
They are.
They must be.
Well, right. So if we said something that government didn't like, what would they do to us?
Well, they would find a way to persecute us, John.
Well, they'd probably try and find a way to take us off air, whether it be, you know, multiple reporting by 77 Brigade accounts or whatever, right? You know, they would just get multiple reports in and eventually you get taken off air. But the BBC, what do? They just write a D notice and go, there you go. Can't say that.
Yeah, you can't say that, guys.
Can't say that, guys. And the BBC also, go, yeah, okay, we can't say that. So we'd get shut down and they'd just get a D notice and they'd be allowed to keep going. We don't get D notices because we're not in that league, right?
No.
And we're not important enough. But, you know, it's like, and I'll be honest, I mean, Alex Jones is a fruitcake. I mean, the guy is an absolute fruitcake.
Turning the frog's gay.
Right? But it wouldn't have mattered if he's right or wrong. Because he was deliberately taken out. And and what's his name? David Icke. David Icke has some pretty weird ideas as well, right? Pretty weird ideas.
As Hecklefish would say, lizard people!
Yeah, well, yeah. So he's got some really weird ideas. But again, it doesn't matter if he's right or wrong. People don't want you hearing his ideas. That's the problem. No. So freedom of speech is dead. In the Western society, freedom of speech is completely dead.
1 second. Entertain them.
What? Oh, okay. Good grief. I must be getting a phone call. By the government. Hey, that's the government. Don't talk about this. Or you'll get shut down.
I'm not on phone. I just don't want you seeing me fighting.
Oh, good grief. You're not fighting with the insects. It's insect people.
No, not anymore. Not anymore.
Was it an insect or an arachnid?
It was an arachnid, but he's got away again. He's got away again. He's got away twice now.
Oh, there you go.
I mean,
So anyway,
slippery.
that's kind of where we are. Let's move on. Let's get off this. Yeah.
Yeah, let's.
What about Trump and Tucker? What did you think of that?
I thought it was not really a revolutionary interview at all. I didn't really think it was that great, to be
Did
honest.
somebody say it was revolutionary?
No, but you know, I find it hilarious that he did it. Well, I say he did it. They released it at the same time as the Republican debate, and then absolutely destroyed the Republican debate in numbers.
Yeah, I mean, what was the views? I think the actual views were something like 82 million, which is an awful lot. That I mean, no mainstream news media is getting anywhere near those kind of ratings these days.
No, absolutely not. And
as
you know
you
what? As part of the old revenue sharing program, Tucker probably made a fortune as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, of course he did. So, what from that? What are you thinking? Are you thinking Trump and what's his name, Ramaswamy or whatever?
Well, you know what? Vivek obviously won that debate, so I think.
Although people are saying DeSantis won it.
Yeah, but people are saying DeSantis won it because they're in denial.
Yeah.
Right.
They've been on holiday to Egypt and they're in denial.
I tell you what should have happened, and this is what I said. I said this a few months ago. I said it on the show, in fact, but I'll say it again. What I think should have happened is Ron DeSantis should never have run for president. What he should have done is approach Donald Trump about running on a ticket with him. They should have been Trump DeSantis, because that would have absolutely the Republican base and the Trump base would have eaten that up.
Yeah, but where was the pushback? Was it Trump? Because I always got the impression Trump just didn't want him there.
I'm not really sure, but this would have been, I think,
the dream team.
And this is an outsider looking in, right?
Yeah.
Ron DeSantis, Donald Trump.
Yep.
Obviously, they would have probably won. Okay.
Yeah.
Then you have DeSantis in the White House already as vice president when he then runs 2028 to take over and do his 2 terms. That's what you should have done. Instead, they've turned it into a bit of a slanging match. I find the whole making names up for all your rivals a bit stupid, to be honest. Like, you know, Ron DeSanctimonious calls him or something.
That's one of the things I don't like about Trump.
Yeah.
You know what? And this is the part I don't understand, because he never slagged Mike Pence. And yet Mike Pence is the guy that stuck the knife in his back.
Yeah, to be fair, you're absolutely right.
But he will not slag Mike Pence. He won't say anything against him.
Why is that? He's not going to pick him as his running mate again, is he?
He can't. Surely.
No.
Is Pence running? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not really sure, but do you know, I'd never heard of Mike Pence before Donald Trump, and I've not heard of him since.
No.
Mike Pence is nothing without Donald Trump, and I think Mike Pence kind of knows that, right?
Yeah.
He's nothing without Donald Trump. It is Trump Pence, not Pence Trump.
Yeah.
But speaking of Trump, he flew in on his old Trump 747, rocked up to the prison, and had one of the most badass mugshots ever taken, didn't he?
There's a guy who used to be his advisor, saying he could have smiled or something. At least he would have looked benign. Right? Why? Why would you want to look benign when people are out to get you? I think that's possibly one of the best photographs of Trump I've ever seen.
I agree. That is you've absolutely crossed the line this time, face, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I think he's quite right.
19 of them they arrested. 19 of them.
Yeah, right. So, and the charges are ridiculous, aren't they?
Of course they are.
These charges, I mean, you're charging people that didn't actually commit any crime or didn't do anything in that state. All they did was challenge the electoral process of the state.
Yeah.
From another state.
Legally.
Yeah. So why is that? How is that actionable? I mean, is this the Republic of the United States of America, or is it the Banana Republic of the United States of America? That's the question that we're asking.
Well, it's very intriguing to me how Trump runs again, gets a surge of popularity because, Trump hasn't been president for 3 years. He has not been president of the United States for 3 years. He's been a private citizen this entire time. So why now? Why now? We know why, by the way.
Well, yes, of course we know why. Because what's happened, Ben?
Because he's running and his poll numbers are surging.
But what's happened as well recently? Whistleblower.
Yeah. Yeah, a Biden whistleblower.
Has said what?
Well,
Who's talking? Who's talking?
Victor Shokin's talking.
Yeah, Victor Shokin's talking, isn't he? What's he saying?
Yeah.
He's saying yes.
Victor Shokin.
The Bidens did take bribes. That's what he's saying.
I shall take you through this article. This is from the Daily Mail, but they're quoting from an interview. So they're just the messenger. Mm-hmm. So they're quoting from an interview with. So fired Ukrainian prosecutor Shokin says Joe and Hunter Biden did take bribes and were behind his ousting. Isn't that corruption alone? He says in preview of bombshell interview. Where are we going here? Former Ukrainian prosecutor General Viktor Shokin is accusing Joe and Hunter Biden of corruption, saying they accepted large money bribes from Burisma and were behind his firing. Shokin, who was ousted as Ukraine's top prosecutor in 2016, made the accusations during excerpts of an upcoming explosive interview airing on Fox News. At the time of his firing, he was investigating oil company Burisma Holdings for corruption when Hunter was serving on the firm's board. I do not want to deal in unproven facts, but my firm personal conviction is that yes, this was the case. They were being bribed, Shokin says in the clip of the interview. The fact Joe Biden gave away $1 billion in US money in exchange for my dismissal, my firing, isn't that alone a case of corruption? He continues in another clip.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, Biden's not shy about saying that.
He tells people, anyone who will listen.
I know.
I said to him, come on, man, you're not getting the money. You're not getting the money, man.
That's a crime. That's a crime.
Isn't that far worse than the phone call that they impeached Donald Trump for?
Well, yeah, I mean, the whole Trump thing it's ridiculous. That should never stand up in any court of law. It shouldn't even have been. If the district attorney was a reputable and a person with integrity, they would not be bringing that forward. And for them to bring that forward, it just shows you how corrupt the US system has become. Because it really is operating like a banana republic. The US is going down the tubes. And if BRICS puts in a reserve currency and the dollar tanks, and the US is just it's gonna fall apart. I mean, you're going to see things like Texas becoming independent.
Now, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, right? Well, I don't like to think I am. And I'm going to go back to what I was talking about 20, 30 minutes ago for a minute.
Yeah.
And notice how, and this is just me blue sky thinking here, right? I'm not saying anything.
Yeah.
But it's funny, isn't it, how restrictions appear to be on the loom at election time. Well, running into the final year of an election.
Well, it's not really. It's every time something comes out against Joe, they make a distraction by impeaching Trump. I mean, it's
restrictions.
It's a meme now. Oh, sorry, restrictions. Why are we back on restrictions?
I just think it's all connected. I think I'm not going to tell you how, but I think there's a connection to everything here.
Right. Okay. Well, you've lost me.
I'll explain later. I can't say that. I can't say any more.
Have you got anything you want to talk about? Because I need to nip to the little boys' room.
I can talk to him. It's fine.
Yeah. Go on.
Go on. You go. So, I shall allude. Okay. Just for your guys' ears, I shall allude. And the way what I'm saying here is, it's quite funny how Joe's gonna possibly want universal mail-in ballots again. That's all. Timing is everything, people. All I'm gonna say. Timing is everything. Why do I need one? When do I bugger off to the toilet during a show? I don't do that. Adam? I've got up and left once to get some more water. And do you know what? I might need to do that tonight, actually, because look, it's not great. What I need is plumbing. I need plumbing so that I can run my own water, so that I don't have to leave. That would be nice. That would be nice indeed. But that costs money, and money I do not have. So, if you would like to help this become a profitable show, then please hit that subscribe button, hit that share button as well, right? The share button is most important, because if you tell 2 friends and they tell 2 friends and they tell 2 friends, it could be like one massive pyramid scheme, and we can get people to subscribe over here, come over here and hit that button, hit the notification bell, and then our overly reasonable takes will go to more and more people, and they can decide whether or not they want to agree with us, listen to us, whatever. I wonder if his little boy's room is even on the same floor that he's on. A lot. And no. Andrew asks there, how much fizzy drink did you have last night, and have you had another weigh-in? Absolutely, I have not weighed myself. Do you know what? John will attest to this. I woke up this morning feeling worse than if I would have gone out drinking alcohol, and I felt, and what did I say to you at the end of our meeting this morning, John? And I'd only been awake an hour. So what did I say?
You were going for a nap.
I was going for a nap.
And if anyone who was on the show last night knew, I had a couple of cans of beer. And I was sending him messages saying, 11 or whatever, because I had a long lie this morning. But I felt fine when I woke up. I was in certainly better mood than you. What?
He sent me a message saying meeting at 9:30, and I said, no. No. Yeah, I must have reacted to the sugar, because Christ, did I feel shit.
Sugar's a toxin.
I felt awful. But I don't feel so bad anymore. I've had a day of rest, and I had a nice hot bath and sweated it all out, and now I feel all right.
I think you need to turn down the brightness on your big your big monitor.
How's that?
That's way better. Way better.
There you go.
You look like you were trying to get a suntan. It looked like a bit of a washing parlour. Anyway, yeah, a couple isn't 3. No, it isn't, Andrew. I had 4.
My God, I had
Cheers.
How many? I had about 5 pints of Coke last night.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And the thing is, that's pub Coke, so you've no idea what the mix is like. That's
it
just
was
horrible.
really, really nice. It was not very watered down. It was nice. So, yeah,
Yeah, but that's what I mean.
time,
You don't know what the mix. It's up to them.
Yeah.
If it's not watered down, you don't know if it's over sugared.
I think it probably was.
Yeah, because they're working on syrup, aren't they? Ugh.
Mm.
Yeah,
I mean,
I can't drink
at the
Coke
time
anymore.
it was fine.
It's foul.
At the time it was fine, but this morning,
Suffered. Yeah.
I'm actually still suffering. I'm just not as bad as I was.
So there's a study out of Belgium, right?
Mm.
You can't make this shit up, can you? Because you know how people have been suffering. I mean, I don't know about you, but I can't use a paper straw.
No.
I just can't. I mean, if there's a paper straw in my drink, the first thing I do is take it out and throw it away.
No, thankfully, until very recently, McDonald's in France still did plastic straws. And so every time I went over, I would just fill my backpack with them.
Yeah. But yeah. I can't use a paper straw. But a study out of Belgium has found out that there are quite a number of toxic chemicals in paper straws that can cause serious health problems, including kidney issues, cancer, things like that.
Oh,
so
wonderful.
Not only do paper straws not work, they are also poisoning you. So
They're the masks of the.
Yeah, just because one stupid freaking turtle was photographed with one up its nose.
Yeah.
And it was probably, and you know what? It was probably put there by the photographer.
I say bring back plastic single-use straws, because do you know what? There are also disabled people that need them. Okay, there are reasons.
Well, look at the amount of people that died as well from impaling themselves on these steel straws.
Mm.
You know, people have fallen over, and if you're drinking and falling over, and a plastic straw hits you in the eye, you might be damaged, but you're not going to lose your eye or die. But if a steel straw goes into your eye socket, it's going straight through and into your brain, and you're dead.
Yeah, of course. And that's not good. Boys and girls, that's not good.
Being dead's pretty. It's on this side of the experience, it looks pretty permanent.
Well, this is not the Super Mario Bros. You know, when you die, you can't just do.
Respawn.
You can't jump around on top of little Goombas and get an extra life every now and again by a mushroom. You can't do that.
No respawn here.
Nope. Nope.
There it goes again. It says YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming.
I see it.
Why is this happening?
I think this is a YouTube problem.
I don't know if it's a YouTube problem or an OBS problem. But anyway, my CPU is sitting at 12-13%. That's not normal. Normally I'm sitting at 2% when I'm streaming.
Interesting. And you know what? I will say this as well. I can see you super clear.
Is Ring Central stealing the
bandwidth?
You know what? I'm gonna kill my camera on Ring Central. Okay.
Right. See if that makes a difference.
Yeah,
Adam says YouTube is doing a funny.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they can still see you. I can still see you.
You won't be able to. Well, you're watching YouTube as well. I take it. It'll just be.
Yeah, I can see little you. And yeah, you look way better down there than you do on Ring Central. No, it's still kitchen out. But I don't know. I honestly.
I did a speed check before I came on, and it was 75 down and 21 up, which is as good as it's ever been. You know, this is poor.
Yeah, we've only got a couple of options really. We can either push on through, or we can start to wrap it down.
This happened last night as well.
I'm just running a speed test on my end. I've got 933 up. I'm sorry, down.
Yeah.
And I've got it's just doing the upload. 873 up. So I think I'm okay. 934 down, no, 875.8 up. So Robin says YouTube is naffed.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to wind this up.
Something's not right here.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I can but apologise. We are having. It wouldn't be an episode of Chasing Dissent without technical errors.
Yeah, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced the errors are our side, but
I think this is completely out of our hands.
Let me just check something. So bear with us while I have a check, people, if you don't mind.
Stream status poor. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. So, guys, I'm very sorry about this.
It looks like it's back at the moment.
Yeah, it's gone again. It's gone again. And it's back.
Yeah, there's something going on.
Something's up. Something is up. Might just be that it's Saturday night and so many people are trying to stream. I don't know.
No, this happened last night as well. It doesn't normally happen.
Well, boys and girls, like I say, I can only apologise. I can't even get out the acoustic guitar and play you a tune to keep you company because a string has snapped. It's just buffering every like 20-30 seconds now, John.
Yeah, give us a second. Give me a second. Just
we're giving you a second. Hands, holding hands.
Yep.
Reaching out, sweet Caroline. Good times never seem so good. I've been inclined to believe they never would. What has this got anything to do with me having a desktop or a laptop, Vaughn? I just told you my internet speeds. They are phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Yeah, no, it's not Ben that's the problem here. I think there's something either wrong with me or I'm suspect. I don't know. I'm trying to.
He's trying to sort it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the problem is not with you. I think it is YouTube.
I think it might be. It might be because I'm looking at all the hub settings and everything's looking pretty much okay.
Okay, so I think we should probably wind this down because they're getting antsy.
Yeah.
Wind this down and then you reinstall OBS, I guess.
Yeah, I think
See if that makes a difference.
I think I will.
Adam's getting 503 in the chat too now. It's a YouTube problem. And this is the thing, right? I lost the chat for ages and then it all came back at once. So
yeah, I think this is YouTube.
I think the problem is YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah. Let's wind it up and we'll come back on Monday. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just checking YouTube on Down2Tech. User reports say there are no current problems at YouTube, but there does appear to have been loads of outages above the baseline over the last 24 hours in the UK. But no current problems because they're below the baseline. But there have been reports over the last few hours, so it's just been. This is a YouTube thing. I apologise. It's not us.
Give me a second. I want to try something.
Hold on. John's trying something.
I want to try something.
This is getting worse.
Yeah. Bear with me.
Okay. I don't even think there's any point in playing an outro tonight. They're not going to see it.
Put them on.
Going on. But we've enjoyed having you, Andrew. If you can see or hear me, we've enjoyed having you. So thank you.
No, I thought I could shut. I was trying to shut some services down on the gym
It's
because we're looking at. I don't think it's me.
It's not you. It's them.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Let's get up. Okay. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, if you can see or hear the words I am saying, then thank you for being with us this Saturday night. We are off now. We apologise for the technical difficulties that YouTube are causing. We hope you've enjoyed yourself, and we'll be back Monday. John, over to you.
Good night.